Hey everybody, my name is C and I am the owner of CLM Custom Designs on Etsy as well as YouTube, and my channel is all things crafty. So welcome back if you've been here before, and if you're new, welcome. Come on in and take a seat and let's get ready to learn something. Today I'm going to work with resin. I'm going to make some resin pens and some bookmarks. So if you're interested in seeing how I do that, stick around. Let's jump into the intro. If you know anything about me, if you've watched my channel before, you know there's two major areas of crafting that I struggle with. One is with resin and the other is with my white toner printer. So those are some of the videos that I want to do now, getting back into that, kind of perfecting it and what have you. So today I am going to be doing some resin. I bought some new things to assist me with my resin pieces, and so let's see what they are. So the first thing I bought was this resin mixer. You drop this inside, you put the resin in here, then you put it in the spinner with this inside, and this stirs it for you so it should get the right consistency. I also got a scale so I can make sure I have the right ratio. But most importantly, what I bought was this heating pad. This is something you put your resin on so it can stay at the right temperature to cure properly, and then this is a tent that goes over top. So we'll be able to see those better as we get into the video. But yeah, so I'm going to make a bookmark using this, and I'm going to make a ink pen using this. So let me turn you around so you can see the setup and we can get going. Made these recently. They do have the bubbles in them, so we got to work on that, but they are solid as a rock and not bendable, so that makes me extremely hopeful. So first things first is we're going to measure out the resin. Now yes, these do have measuring lines on it, so you could make sure that you are pouring the right amount on the lines, but I am just going to use this to make sure I got it right. Now I'm using glaze coat resin and B. I'm not sure where I got these at. I've had these for a while. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. Resin probably expires, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. So I'm gonna put these gloves on. I'm gonna tell you to go to a welded area, or I mean a well vented area, or just put on your mask. This is just what I am going to do. And I am going to these have not been opened yet, so I guess I'm not going to use these because I'm going to use what I already have that has been opened. So we'll put this to the side. Coat epoxy, which I got from Michael's. That is what we're going to use. So I'm going to do 20 and 20 for a total of 40. I'm going to try to get this right in the center. Next part. That's what we are going to do. Put the lid back on there. And now I want to put this inside the rotator. We're going to drop this inside. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance. And we're going to turn it on. And you're going to just see it mix. And that metal thing inside is what is supposed to make the magic happen, guys. We're going to let that spin for a while and get going. I have also noticed, because my basement is a little cooler, that sometimes if I heat up the resin, it will do a better mix because it's just so thick. So I'll just turn this on and shoot some heat in here as it's turning, and that helps it out to get a little thinner. Go for maybe like 3 minutes. I mean, as you can see, it's, let me zoom you in so you can see. But it's a lot thinner and it's mixing together really, really well. Okay, it's looking really good. So I'm gonna turn it off and add my pigment to it. So let's pour in this purple. And let's spin it a little bit more. See what we get. See if we need to add any more, if this is going to do it. Another reason why I like this is this actually eliminates the bubbles. So what happened with this was I spun it, I took it off, I added the color orange, and I started by hand instead of putting it back on to the spinner. So I am hoping by doing it, by putting it back on the spinner, I will eliminate these bubbles that I have in here. So we are going to see. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to wipe this off a bit. Try not to disturb it too much because I don't want those bubbles. Here. So for this, I'm going to put the pen in first. And it's got like a little plunger type thing that you stick in the back of the pen so it stays stuck in. So the front won't get any epoxy on it, and the inside won't because it has this little plug in it. And I'm going to set this one here. Glove back on so I don't need epoxy on me. In here so you can see how this pour goes. The first thing I'm going to do is this bookmark, and I'm going to see add some gold flakes to this. You can add any type of embellishment that you want to your design. I'm just going to put these purple flakes in here. But anything you wanted to add, you could. And we're just going to pour. Just Start off with less and let it level itself out, and then see if you need more. So I'm gonna start off with less, let it level out, see if it needs more. Pop any bubbles that I might see that are in here, although it's pretty good. I don't see any, except for this one, like right there at the very tippity top. And then I see let that level itself out. Turn that a little bit just to make sure that it gets all the way. Down to the tippity tip. Okay, so I'm going to try to slide this off. Slide this off. This is okay to pick up. And that's okay to pick up. I am going to turn this on. In and get on your project. So that goes just like that. Creates the dust from coming in. It also keeps the heat in. And we will check back on it in about 2 hours. Okay, it is time for the reveal. So let's demold this. I think that came out pretty good. Nice and hard. Good to go. Can't bend it. I do need to just put the tassel inside, but I think it came out cute. The pen, a little interesting somehow. The shaft of the pen, or the insert, kind of got pushed to the side. I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting, cool looking, because it kind of went right with the curve of the pen. But and then I think it must have got a bubble in here because I got the little hole there. But it's kind of cute. I could actually put some vinyl there, maybe with a name or something, and then cover it over with some UV resin. So that could be cute. But a few bubbles there, but overall not bad. Speaking of bubbles, there's a few here, but not nearly as bad as I was before. So I'm definitely going to say this heat mat has been a good thing. And then as for the bear, let's make a comparison. This was the bear before, which you can see a lot of bubbles. And this is this bear. So some bubbles, but not as much. So still good to go. Okay, so you've seen that I successfully have a bookmark. Has some gold flakes in it, so I am choosing just this gold tassel. We are going to just slip it through the hole to finish it off. And then we are going to have ourselves a nice little bookmark, right? Nothing fancy, simple. I can see some errors, like there were some bubbles on the side. Not sure if you can see them. That kind of made little craters. I would have liked my color perhaps a little darker, but you know, it's a learning curve. I'm just happy that it's solid and we actually made it. So I call that a success. I don't know if you saw before, I had done a tic-tac-toe board. I'm gonna call that a success as well. I think I did this on a previous video. This was one of the few that worked out before. And then this pen. So I had showed you where it definitely had hardened. It was no problem. Had a few bubbles in there, and this indent I'm a little confused about right here. It has like a little indentation. So I'm going to see, I thought about maybe, oh, and the pen also kind of bowed to the shape. So I thought about putting a name there or a word or something and filling out, but I'm just going to try to do black glitter to see if I can get it to level with the top so it's not quite as awkward in your hand. So I'm going to put it back in this mode just for stability so it doesn't rock back and forth. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take UV resin this time, and I'm just going to add some black glitter to that. In this little container. Not sure how much I'll need, but I'm, you know, gonna start off with less and see what happens. Add the black glitter in there, stir that up. I don't know what that was in there. So stir that up. Definitely will probably, well, let me see. A little bit more glitter, so I mean resin, so it's not so thick. And I'll have to try to use something else because that's covering up the area that I want to use. So try to freehand this, we'll see. I'm gonna have to find something to keep that from rocking. Let's see if this will work. Okay, that may work. To keep it level. Let's see. And I'm just gonna pour this in there. So much for hanging out with me while I tried my new resin supplies. The heater was a definite win for me. It made things so much better. So I was able to do this pen, and I was able to do this bookmark, and I'm very excited. My basement is cool, so that's why I got the heating pad, because resin has to cure at a certain temperature. So thanks for again hanging out with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share my video with anyone else that you feel as though will enjoy my content. If you have any suggestions for me, because I am not a resin girly, drop them in the comments below. And until we meet again, bye-bye. Be safe.